Hey everybody, Wrestling with Whiskey. It's Matt, joined once again by Greg Hamilton, Greg Hutson, whatever the hell he wants to be called this week. We are back, what did they call this? Whiskey Road Diaries.
Whiskey Road Diaries.
Yes, volume 3, this should be.
It feels like we've done more.
No, I think this is, well, because we did one, the footage didn't make it.
Okay.
That was the first one. We did 2, which is up on YouTube. Go down a couple videos, it's right there. Mm-hmm. And then this will be the third video one that we have done.
I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yes, so this one, I didn't make any announcements earlier, but we are doing, a lot of people have done this before, like this is a very popular thing to do, but on any given day, your tastes can be a little bit different, and you know, but this is the Weller lineup. These are, right now they're just labeled with stickers, but we did Special Reserve, OWA, Weller 12, the new Full Proof, and CYPB.
Yes.
We did not include William LaRue Weller just because it's such high proof.
Yeah, dead giveaway.
And they don't. It's such a limited thing too that like they don't have a standard thing on the shelf all year long.
True.
Because every year is so different with those, whereas these have a little bit more consistent profiles. I think.
I'm interested to obviously see what we think about that entire lineup, but I think it's cool that you mentioned a lot of people have done this before, because then our sort of results go into the larger sample size.
Totally different.
Of what everybody else thinks. And then I'm curious, I want to do some research after this of what those other people have come up with. Is there one
like see all the variants, but if there is like an overarching trend of like, oh, this one rates high in everybody, even if it doesn't win. Oh, like CYPB is actually higher in everybody's than you expected.
Right.
Like, get some data points on that.
Because so many people do it this way, there are going to be more data points than just like, hey, your favorite single barrel, my favorite single barrel.
Yes.
This is a staple in the bourbon community that a lot of people have done, and I'm really curious. First of all, obviously curious to see what you and I think of it.
Yes.
And then sort of add that to the sample size of everyone else. And you're right, see if maybe there is something that is a bit kind of like, oh wow, an aha moment for one of the lineup.
100%. You never know what you're going to find, right, Mr. Train Man that we hear in the distance?
Yeah, Memphis. From Memphis.
That's right. Coming to you live from Memphis. One little piece of full disclosure information: the Full Proof is. I don't know about you guys, but I've had trouble finding the regular shelf version of this anywhere, and I've got a couple of ins at liquor store.
Yeah,
like
me too.
Tons of picks.
Yeah, it's
all over the country.
That I've seen.
So to try to kind of remedy that, I was able to do our local store Binny's did a hand-selected batch. Okay. So it's multiple barrels, so I figured that would be a little bit closer than a single barrel product to at least closer to the standard version, if at least it's a batch. Yeah. So that being said or whatever, we all know it up front. Yeah. Just FYI. But other than that, are you ready to go? We have them lined up. We've shuffled them, labeled them on the bottom.
Shuffled them, yeah.
So we don't know what's on top. We just label them 1 to 5, and then we'll rank those, and then we'll reveal what they are.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Okay, here we go.
Do it. Number 1. Cheers, my friend, to the Weller Vertical, and to all of you.
Oh, the Weller Vertical. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's a vertical. Anytime you can do. Well, usually it's like if I did George T. Stagg from every year, they call that a vertical. I do things in the same line. You can also call that a vertical.
It soun's very scientific. It sounds like we were doing real scientific work.
For science.
To science!
You didn't even give me nose notes, dude.
Sorry, well, it's been a long day, you know.
It's true.
We had
hot off SmackDown.
Yep.
So we know these are all weeded, so you're not going to get a ton of like rye spice or.
We had like sweet cinnamon.
Ooh, yeah.
We had sweet cinnamon.
Cinnamon, a little bit of that like clove. It's not a punch you in the face, so I'm not getting a ton of proof off it.
But more of that, like more of that sort of variety of like cinnamon, clove, anise versus burnt sugar, butterscotch. You know what I'm saying? More of like that line of scents.
Some almost like a little plumminess there.
Like some.
Let me take a sip.
Like a clean stone fruit almost.
Palate's got a little bit lighter. It's a little one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Off the first sip.
I like it though.
I don't. I mean, to be fair, I think we've liked all of these.
That's true.
We know that. Just sipping on them individually.
It's a Weller, right?
Yeah, and if you're a fan of that, or if you think it's overhyped or whatever, I think most people agree. Just if you put a bottle in front of you, you're going to enjoy sipping it. And I don't think there's a bad bourbon in here. At least our opinion.
Yeah, it's a complete opinion, but yeah, it's still it's okay. So it's not like complex and changing flavor, but the flavor's lingering.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
sometimes
so
you got to taste a bourbon,
decent little finish,
and the finish changes on you, right? You get different, but this is like it's not changing, but it's lingering, which I like. You can sit there and you can still taste it.
Getting more of the cinnamon, more vanilla and stuff comes in a little bit more in the palate. It's not super viscous, like on the mouthfeel.
Right.
Obviously very light because wheater.
Yeah.
So it's not super spicy or bold.
That's nice. I mean, that's just like. I think it's something a bit more complex than just the straight WSR. But I can't. After that, I mean, if I had to guess, I don't know.
Do you want to try guessing?
I don't know that I want to. I know. Because then I'll just end up looking stupid because it'll be wrong. But
well, we're gonna look stupid anyway.
We always do. But this is about learning and trying to figure out your palate. And
110%. Number one. Let's move on to number 2. On deck with number 2 here. Cheers. Let's see what we got next.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with those Wellers; they're all kind of super light in the nose, right?
Yes, nothing's too. Even the higher proofs, or nothing's really punch you in the face.
I'm getting like that plummy, grapey.
Yes, 100% dark fruits.
Yeah,
yep.
I'm getting dark fruit. I'm not getting the cinnamon.
I'm getting more oak on this one. Maybe that's some like the grapey fruitiness.
I think what's cool about this too is that, like, for me anyway, by taking the nose and really taking it in and then finding out what it is later, I think that's going to help me personally, like, identify bourbons going forward.
Yeah.
Like, what I can expect the flavor, the taste to be like. So I love trying to get this nose and get our opinions together and then going back and saying, oh, okay, well, it tastes like this, but this is what the nose is like.
Yeah.
I think learning more about the nose for me as a novice, if you will, is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because we've had it before where they don't taste anything like the nose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm getting that oak, though, now.
Getting a little bit
of that oak.
Like pepper, just a little bit. But yeah, oak and dark fruit.
Yeah, for sure.
A little more spice on this one.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
The palate's more bold.
For sure.
There's a little bit of a vanilla bomb going on there. Proof might be a little higher than I thought. The nose might have been tame. Like this could be foolproof.
This could be a foolproof. It could be a 107.
Could be a 107. Yeah, those are the only two in the lineup over 100 proof.
I think so.
So it could be those.
It's weird. I got like this brightness on the side of my tongue. It's kind of swished it on the side. It was like a little bing. This brightness.
Yeah. This reminds me of the foolproof look. There's more bold spice. It's moves from the front of my palate, from like the roof of the mouth, moves a little bit to the back. Finish is rolling. Finish is rolling pretty long, actually.
The longer I let it linger without taking another sip, it almost gets sweeter. The more I let it, for me. So it continues to move, continues to dance, and then like as it settles into a sweetness for me. But the first taste on the palate is not. I don't get that at all.
Yeah, I get a little bit peppery baking spices on this one. Actually, this was way spicier than the first one.
Yeah, I agree.
And a nice rolling finish.
Yeah,
I like this.
Roll and man, I'm telling you, and then it finishes with like a fucking kiss on the. And it just finishes with a kiss on the cheek, like just a sweet little. I'm getting sweetness.
Yeah, but I often find that with bourbons, especially when it dries out, like on the back of your throat, roof of your mouth. That's when I really start getting like fruits, cherries, dried raisins, things like that. That's where that's how I know like a good finish when it like sits on the roof of your mouth, changes into like for me generally fruity notes just really pop out on the finish.
That's what I like when it just continues to evolve on your palate while you're just sitting there. That's what I love about bourbon. Still
rolling even to this moment.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, another an impressive showing.
Agreed.
So let's move on to numero 3. And we're back with sample number 3. Cheers to 3, to you and me. And something else that rhymes with E?
Biggie.
Big E.
Big E. For you, Big E.
Big E.
Oh.
Swivel them hips, brother. I'm getting wafted pepper right off the thing. Fruity though. I'm getting some sweet fruits.
I'm getting sweetness for sure.
Yep.
Definitely sweeter than I feel like the other two have been.
Yes, 100%. Like
Definitely
right off the
sweeter.
bat.
Yeah. I'm trying to get some of those other notes you're getting. I'm just not getting them at the moment, but I'm definitely getting sweeter than the other two.
I'm getting light fruits, almost candy.
Candy, yes,
cherry,
yes,
candy, apple
yes.
kind of thing.
So when you said fruit at first, I'm like,
But it's
candy.
sweet, sugar, like sugar and fruit.
Yes, that's what was coming to mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're okay. We're on the same page now then.
Pretty viscous mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Spicier on the nose than it is on the palate.
Yeah.
For me, it's sitting on the front of the palate. It's not moving a ton.
Yeah, it's right down. Yeah,
It's right, kind of right, just behind your teeth.
Yep. Listen, we talked about this off camera. There's not a bad one in this entire bunch. There's like this one, maybe a little less than another one, but there's not a bad one in the bunch. This for me is more just like an everyday sipper.
Okay.
This is just
It's
great. Whatever it is awesome. But it's that easygoing everyday sipper. That
but it's not knocking your socks off. In any particular way.
But you wouldn't be mad to have this in your glass pretty consistently.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who have, for example, like generally the cheapest of the bunch, Special Reserve. A lot of people keep that as their house whiskey.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's a great one.
Tony Frank, looking at you, kid.
If you can, God willing, find it in your area for the price of $20 to $30, which it should be.
Yes, do not.
Maybe $35, okay, but
even that's high.
Yeah, but when you start seeing $40, $50, $100 in some places,
yeah,
this one's growing on me a little bit though. I'll be honest. For me, this is growing. Like the second sips and the second nosings are a little bit more intense than the first one.
On that last sip, I got a little more of like a grassy. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a wheated bourbon, but that wheat really shined through for me in that last sip.
The grain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, good way to put it. Yeah, the grain for me in that last sip really came through.
I'm getting more, sweet and spice on this one. That's kind of what's rounding out for me. Finish is like medium. It's not as lingering and rolling as like the last one, but it's there. It doesn't dissipate in a snap. An interesting roll to number 3. But there's still 2 more left.
Yes.
Let's move on to number 4. We are back with number 4. Cheers to 4 and plenty more. That's right.
That.
And I just in the off camera I did look. This will be the 4th video.
Okay.
That we've done together. This will be the 3rd one on the YouTube page, but we have done 4 of these. First one didn't make it, but we did single barrels, and then we did store picks.
Yeah.
Now we're doing Weller, and there'll be plenty more to come.
Yeah,
2020, baby.
Yeah, there will be. Ooh, I'm getting like cotton candy.
This is my favorite. I know I just took one sip, but this is my favorite nose so far.
Because
it's sweet.
It's very sweet. It's not near as like that nose isn't near as light.
It's
as
not light. Yeah. So
right.
the last one was the sweetest nose so far, right?
Right.
But that was kind of light. It was light and tingly, like light sugary fruits. It's
a very rich sweetness, right?
Deep.
I'm getting like
sweetness.
cotton candy. Like I can't get away from that.
Cotton candy. I'm getting cherry.
Yeah, I took the words out of my mouth. The next thing I was going to say was cherry.
Yep, like almost a maraschino cherry kind of.
Yeah. Not like
like a sweet.
A sweet maraschino
Sweet cherry.
Like you get on top of a hot fudge sundae or something.
Yeah, but a little bit of but the vanilla is kind of there, and the caramel, like you can tell those traditional bourbon flavors are in there too.
Wow, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Did you take a sip yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm about to.
Yeah. Man, my world's upside down now.
Was the sip a little disappointing?
Not disappointing,
but not
completely different than the nose.
Yeah.
I'm getting more of the oak, the charred oak, the burnt sugar.
I'm getting more oak. I'm getting some oak tannins. Something's a little rough around the edges. There's something there.
This is going to sound weird. I'm getting like a French toast.
Okay.
And maybe it's because the word toast. I don't know, but I feel like I'm getting a sweet wood,
gristly.
Yeah.
Toasted grain.
But the nose is so different even now. The nose still is different than the palate. Incredible.
Nose is super sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Palate is a little bit more subtle.
Yeah.
Kind of spicy. Just a hint.
Now it's mellowing out.
It's mellow. It's not super long on this finish.
No.
Well, I'm starting to feel it roll a little bit, but like.
But not like I want to say that first one.
No, it's not to that same degree, or even the second one.
What is this?
Part of me wants to say, because I originally want to say maybe Special Reserve, but part of me wants to say 12.
I was going to say CYPB.
Really?
Yeah.
Just CYPB. I have always found very sweet.
Yeah, me too.
I remember when I first sipped it, I called it like a dessert bourbon because it was like cake and chocolate and like cherries and all this stuff. So
and it just, for me, I like it. It didn't linger as much either.
Yeah.
For me, and that's why this makes
it was a little bit more simple and sweet, which maybe
again we could be
could be
off on all. Remember, there were times before where we thought we were
Of course.
dead set and we know what it is.
Of course.
So take this all with a grain of salt.
Bourbon world, we're all idiots. Even you. You're idiots too.
Yes.
But it's fun. That's what's awesome.
Exactly.
We're exploring it as idiots together.
Exactly.
Blind leading. Oh, it's so much fun. But yeah, very deep, sweet, rich nose. A little fruity. A little bit of spice. Finish kind of tapers off. Yeah, classic one of those disconnect between the nose and the.
Very much so.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
but
we
the
talked
nose,
about that before.
but it still stays there. Like even after sipping it, it's not like. Oh, well, now it changes the nose for me. It's
Right.
still...
Which sometimes happens in the glass. After you've taken a sip, you go back and
the
whoa,
nose is different.
totally different.
The sweetness on this nose does
stay.
not
Yep.
leave. Gosh.
Well, there's only one more remaining. The end of the line. Top of the mountain, king of the hill, whatever. Number 5. All right, here we are. Number 5, the final glass. Let's see where we stand. Ooh.
That's a little more complex on the nose. I'm getting...
Another bold nose. I'm hoping the palate
but not
will
just
match up
straight
this time.
sweet, though.
No.
Some oak in there? I'm getting the wood for sure.
Yep. I said the last one was my favorite nose so far. This could take it, or at least be in a close tie or second. This is a very good nose.
But in a different way.
Yep.
Totally different way.
That was more sweet and desserty. This is more. It's sweet, but it's
but you're getting that. Yeah.
There's some cojones in there.
Yeah.
And I know I remember, what was it? Number 2 or 3 was, we talked about, was sweet. Then number 4 was sweet and a little bit bolder.
Yeah.
This is even more deep and bold. Vanilla.
But a more complex type of bold, not just
Yes.
a sweet bold. Like that last one was a sweet bold. There's
a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, right. I
It's
can't.
it's
It's
vanilla. It's a little fruity and sweet, but there's vanilla. There's a little bit of that cinnamon in there.
And for these wheaters, it's a pretty bold nose.
Yeah.
For something that you would expect to have that big of a nose, and more complex than you would expect to. Ooh, man, and it's
just enough, a little tingle and spice, a little Kentucky hug on there.
spice, but not a heat spice.
Nope.
Not a heat spice though for me.
Just this tingly on the roof of your mouth and your cheeks.
And it's dancing a little bit. It's changing complexity, changing flavor on you.
Oh yeah, I want to go back.
I'm getting a little spearmint on the finish. Not on the finish, but as I'm waiting to take another sip. It's been a minute since I've had one. It's a clean, spearminty type of finish.
That's the note that I hear from a lot of people that I never get.
Really?
Mint or spearmint. People certain ryes, people always talk about are very minty or something like mint leaf. And I hear spearmint on certain bourbons and ryes. And I'm like, and maybe I gotta really sit with myself and concentrate, but mint is never a thing that jumps out to me. Not yet anyway, in whiskey.
But you gotta wait though. So I sipped, wait. It dances, it tingles, it settles, and then I take a breath in, and I'm getting that spearmint.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's not just I took a sip, I taste spearmint. No, it's after it lingers and after you let it sit.
The other part of
this is WSR because I've got
no
4
kidding,
bottles of
right?
that. I don't have hardly anything else.
Nobody. The one thing I also try to avoid, which is hard in these blind tastings because you got to go in some order, is I always feel like there's a little part of my brain that goes oh, the last is best, right? Like there's a part of your brain that's like, oh, you build up to the main event. The last one's got to be the best.
That's so true.
And so I try to avoid that bias sometimes too. But I'm like, because I feel like the last few times we've done this, the last one always is ooh, I like this. So I'm trying to avoid that, but so far,
it's like your whiskey book in the card. Like
you're
booking the card for whiskey. This is the main event.
The top guy.
It's not always the case, but it could be, could not be.
No, but in this moment, apparently both me and you think like,
so far it's up there.
Favorite.
It's up there. I feel like that happened last time too.
That's what I'm saying. Like the last one was like, oh, this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's the main event bias.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how you're booking these whiskey tastings, but
I know I gotta mess it up. I'm getting some floral notes as I kind of go back to it a little bit. Yeah, this is so far is one of the more layered ones.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm getting lots of different flavors.
This is just fun. It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Because you get different, you're getting different notes. It's just a fun whiskey, man.
Lots to think about, lots to do. And so we got to take some time and deliberate this. And we're going to order them in our five, favorite 1 to 5. And then we'll come back and we'll reveal our lists and the results when we come back. All right, we are back. Tallies have been counted, results have been calculated, and now we are going to go through our the whiskeys and where we rank them from 1 to 5. And after we've gone through all of them, then we're going to reveal what each one was.
That's going to be fun.
So let's start at the top of the hour.
Okay.
Whiskey number 1.
Whiskey number 1.
Sample number 1, the first one we tried.
Where did you rate that out of 5? 1 being the best, obviously 5 being the least favorite, but still.
So, I don't know if this makes it confusing, but so I just kind of did my favorites from bottom or from top to bottom. And so the first bottle
you ranked
was came in 4th place.
4th.
Second to last for me.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay. I ranked it 2nd.
Okay.
So, and remember, you brought this up before. We want golf scores. You want the lowest score here.
Yeah.
Because that means.
And you're keeping tally, right?
I'm keeping it right here, so
Cool.
that's a total of 6. Okay. For 1, we're not going to reveal what it is yet. We're going to wait till we do all of them, then reveal what was what.
Yes. Whiskey number 2, I ranked last.
I ranked 4th.
It was okay. So that's near.
So you gave it a 5. I gave it a 4.
Whiskey number 3. I ranked. That was my second favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
That was my least favorite.
Really?
Yes. You gave it a 2.
I did.
I gave it a 5 for a total of
For
7.
me, like that was my second place.
Yeah, so I gave it a 5. 7. Wow. This is so interesting right now.
100%.
This is so interesting.
So whiskey number 4 was my 3rd place.
Me too.
Okay.
Third place.
Right in the middle.
3rd place. 3-3. And that must mean.
Whiskey number 5 was my favorite.
Me too. 1 and 1.
Yep.
Boom. I mean, yeah.
So the order from worst or bottom to top is
whiskey number 5 is 1st place. Tie for 2nd, 1 and 4. Whiskey number 3 would be considered 4th place, just because we have a tie for 2nd.
Okay.
And then whiskey number 2 finished in the bottom of the Weller elevator, whatever you call it. Vertical.
So we'll go here. This will be 1st, 2nd, tied for 4th, or tied for 3rd, and then 4th. At the top of the pile.
Yes.
Whiskey
number 2.
Cumulatively speaking, was the bottom of our list, which is
Mine or yours?
Ooh. It's gonna be disappointing to a lot of people.
Really?
That's my rating. That was the Benny's foolproof hand-selected batch.
Wow.
Sorry, Benny's.
But again, we're talking about all good whiskeys. All
yes,
good bourbons.
again, these
none
were
of them
all
are bad.
good. It was hard to choose
You had to
the order. It
choose,
really
right?
was. You heard what we talked about, so like they were all interesting and all that, but just we got to make some kind of order.
You got to make a choice.
Yeah, so the foolproof, the new kind of the newest, hottest release. And to be fair, again, with all the single barrel picks out there, I've had some amazing single barrels. Like with anything, there can be some great differentiation.
It goes back to what you said though too, whereas when it's those picks and anything can be different.
It can be very tough.
So
very true.
Okay.
The 3 came in second to last.
Right.
Okay, and the bottle number 3 was.
Wow, that's the Antique 107.
Really?
Yeah.
again, another one of my favorites. You know, the shelf version of 107 OWA is one of my favorite go-tos. So
Me too.
Finished kind of near I think two of the favorites in our particular happen to finish nearish the final two.
I did not expect that.
I did not either.
Did not expect
That's
that.
very, very, very interesting. So then we had a tie for second place.
Yeah, so 1 and 4 tied for second.
Yep. So over here, bottle number 4.
Bottle number 4.
Yep.
What? That's the Weller 12.
Okay. Well, it's not too weird. We're in second place here.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Weller 12, solid. Okay. So 12 jumped in and tied for the second place, along with CYPB.
Are you kidding me? Do you know what just won?
Yep.
Wow.
Weller Special Reserve. And it may have been the main event bias, the end of the line.
I don't think
But
so,
that
though,
was
but I
really
swear to
good.
God.
I know.
Hand to God.
They had the best nose.
Yeah, it did.
And I think it had the best palate, one of the best palates of the night.
Oh my!
This is very surprising. And although I'm going to go back and watch, I haven't watched it in a while. My when I did it alone, I want to say Special Reserve was higher in the list than I ever expected it to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that makes me feel good because that's the
Me
one that's
too.
most
I'm going to go
accessible.
stock
I've
up.
got 4 bottles of it right
We're
now.
going to Texas for the Rumble and everything. I'm going to load up a suitcase with it.
I love that. I love that. I mean, dude, I'm like anybody else. So are you? Like where you get the FOMO, the fear of missing out. So when you see some of these bourbons on the shelf, you go crazy over it, whether your palate agrees with that FOMO or not. This is the true test.
Yeah.
This tells you.
Do this for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do this with some of the bottles you have at home. Put your $19.99, put your $20 bottles up against the limited release $200 bottle that you got at the store or whatever. Try it. Just see what happens. Sometimes that fancy bottle will win, but sometimes this everyday.
This makes me happy.
Yeah, you know what?
This
really
makes me
does.
really happy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because my palate isn't going to lie to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll lie to myself and be like, oh my God, there's the CYPB, or oh my God. And they're all great bourbons. I'm not knocking any of them. But I'm saying our palates just told us what we like.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's one that is more accessible than the others. And that should make you happy as a bourbon fan.
It should make you happy. Or if you're someone, especially, a lot of you have tried all of these, or you have all of these. But if you don't like, I know a lot of people who like skip over that and go right for OWA or picks or like the Weller 12. They hunt Weller 12 like it's the last diamond on earth. And I'm like, and it's good, but I'm like, don't skip out on the Special Reserve. You know what I mean?
That's my thing too, and that's what I love about these. This is what these tastings remind me is, don't give in to that, man. Try something like we'd say this all the time. Try it at a bar and see if you like something, and then
or if a friend can give you a sample, something.
Yeah, but then when you do that, taste things, and when you find something you like, be happy with that. Be happy with something that you really enjoy. Don't chase.
No matter what the price point or availability or the label is, if you like it, you like it.
And as I'm saying this, I want to make sure that you guys know this isn't me being holier than thou. This is me saying I do the same thing. I chase. I go after things, and then I get it, and I turn. And I'm like, meh. Mm-hmm. What a fun taste!
That's a fun result.
Yeah,
I really like that.
I'm happy it worked out that way. Did you book that too? Did you book this?
I got the pencil, brother. I booked it all. But no,
awesome.
Seriously, that's an awesome. That's a fun, surprising results like that happen all the time. When you put your palate to the test blind, you're not biased by labels or anything like that. So always be trying to do that. Expand your mind. I always say expand your palate. Blind yourself. Take away your biases.
Yeah. See what you like.
Most important.
Always be wrestling with whiskey.
Yeah.